containing four can often go badly wrong. I'm thinking predominantly of The Trial of the Guildford Four and Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. But here at Only Connect, the satisfying concept of four linked elements has never ended in disaster, apart from that one time our question editor started daydreaming about what four things he'd say to Joanna Lumley if they ever met, and passed out on the central computer. But the concussion's now abated and he's raring to go, so let's see if the same applies to tonight's teams, who are, on my right, Innis Carson, a PhD chemistry student who is the president of his university brass band and once played a board game for 25 consecutive hours. Lorraine Murtagh, an amateur fire dancer who hails from Dublin and is engaged to their team captain, who is Volante, an astrophysics graduate who keeps 75 spreadsheets detailing rugby league statistics and has watched Flash Gordon over 100 times. United by a love of laboratories, they are the scientists. You won your first game against the builders. How did that go?
Well, we thought we might do OK, but then we did very well, so can't complain about that.
You are facing tonight on my left John Stitcher, a philosophy graduate who's had 12 body parts x-rayed and used to work for the Australian Yellow Pages. Ben Holmes, a customer services advisor who was the proud winner of a local Easter bonnet competition and is studying for a history degree with the Open University. And their captain, Amber Marshall, a law graduate and mother of two who caught a fish with a Coke can while holidaying in the Australian outback. United by a passion for Athens, they are the Athenians. You won your first game against the Road Trippers. How are you feeling about tonight's opposition?
We're hoping to be solely humanities questions.
It's always possible. You've done well to begin with. You've won the toss, so you'll be going first. Please choose a hieroglyph.
Water, please.
Water. OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Maybe an answer. No, it's not. It's got to tell us the answers. It's not that. I've got to take...
Next, please.
Oh, I think it might be.
The originator.
Could be.
Do we need another one or should we guess further?
I don't know. It's just early days, I think. Indeed.
OK, next, please.
I think it's got to be.
The originator of the format. OK. We think they are the originators of the format of the quiz show that's mentioned.
They are not those things, so I'm going to show the fourth clue to the scientists for a possible bonus point.
We believe they wrote the theme tune to these shows.
They wrote the theme tunes to those shows. Where did you recognise that?
I had actually played an arrangement of the Blockbusters theme tune in my brass band last year, and I remembered who wrote it, so stroke of luck there.
That is a brilliant reason for knowing the answer. Sometimes people say, oh, I was just reading about that on Wikipedia, but you're out there in the world, you're playing the Blockbusters theme tune with a brass band. Brilliant. Yes, Derek New wrote the University Challenge theme tune. Do you know what that's called?
Called University Challenge?
It's not. It's called College Boy, and the Mastermind theme is called Approaching Menace.
Ah, yes.
I rather like that. And, of course, brilliant. Evan Dawson and Nico Sabatini wrote the Only Connect theme tune. Very well done. You get a bonus point and the chance to choose a question.
Horned Viper, please.
OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. No, still. I was thinking maybe Meadows or something.
Do we have a mayor?
Could be, but should we do
Not MPs, maybe, I don't know. Next, please.
That name's ringing a bell, but I don't know why.
It's not a wordplay thing, is it? I don't think it is.
I don't really think so.
Next one, please.
3 seconds.
Maybe they all...
Oh, they all people that confronted politicians in those locations.
On television?
On television.
I think I'll take that. You could answer it a bit more generally. Jennifer Bennett herself didn't confront politicians. The existence of these people confronted politicians.
Okay.
Jennifer Bennett was a little girl with glue ear, and we were treated to the unedifying spectacle of Labour and the Tories arguing about her treatment. Sharon Storer, do you remember her?
No, really, they've passed out of my memory.
She confronted Tony Blair about
yes.
the beds and the NHS. Dan Ware from Rochester, you know that fella?
Is he the one that threw the egg at John Prescott?
No, he's the one who had a George flag outside his home.
Oh, yeah.
And a Labour lady tweeted something a bit snide about it.
Yeah.
And people thought, is this the first time she's left Islington? And that was a bit of a problem. And Gillian Duffy from Rochdale, I think you knew, Innis.
Yeah, she confronted, well, she spoke to Gordon Brown and he called her a bigot and that, well, not to her face, but something like that.
No, he was very friendly to her face. Yeah. She said, is there an immigration problem? And he was very friendly and then got in the car and said, what a bigot. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, his microphone was still on. Very awkward. My word, if they broadcast the things that I said when I don't know my microphone is still on. They are all people who caused trouble for politicians during general elections. Well done. Athenians, what would you like next?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Okay.
Let's go with that, yeah. We believe it's stars on their flags.
Very well done. Coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points. This is stars on the flag. You didn't even need to see the next couple of clues. We're talking about numbers of stars, 6 on the flag of Australia, a couple of halves and 7 on the Bosnia-Herzegovina. Stars on the flag. Well done. Scientists, your turn again. What would you like?
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What connects these tricky little clues? Here's the first.
A chemical element named after someone. Next, please.
Einstein is the 99th one or something along those lines. Does there be 99 names of Allah or something? I don't know if that number is exactly right. I would take another one just to say.
Next, please.
What was that?
Is that a rugby thing? I don't know.
There's not much interesting about his name other than all the names.
Yeah, I don't know. Next one, please. It's all 99 things.
99 is the right answer. Tell me about the clues you're looking at.
Einsteinium is
the atomic number 99.
Yep.
That's right.
I assume 99 names of Allah.
99 names of God according to Islam, that's right. What about the third clue?
Don't know.
It was in 1974 the British Lions had a sort of policy where if one of their team was attacked by somebody on the other team, the whole team would jump in to retaliate.
We have the similar in my team, one in all in sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's an all-in. The idea being that the referee can't send them all off. Although if I were the referee, I absolutely would send them all off, just for the fun of it. But that was the policy, and the 99 was the call that was that code. And the last clue, 99 Luftballons, of course, is the famous Nina song, 99, Red Balloons. Well done. Back to you, Athenians, for a choice.
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. OK. There's the music question. What do these musical clues have in common? Here's the first.
I want some steam on my clothes.
Next, please. That sounds good, Hillary. What is coming into the songs, is it?
The little brown joke.
Little brown joke. Do we want to move on? Yeah. Next, please.
Whiskey in the jar.
Right, so these...
Drinking vessels.
We believe they're all drinking vessels.
Again, I'll take it. Like they all confronted politicians, you could be a bit more general. All vessels. I mean, the first one, Innis, I want a little sugar in my bowl. I mean, I personally love to imbibe pure gin from a bowl. Most people don't, but you could. So, yes, I want a little sugar in my bowl. What else do we hear?
Little brown jug.
That's right.
And Metallica's version of Whiskey in the Jar.
Absolutely so, and you didn't need to hear Genie in a Bottle, Christina Aguilera, all
Such a shame.
vessels. One question remaining then, scientists. Lion, that'll be for you. What is the connection between these picture clues? Here's the first.
Don't know what, maybe an old royal mistress. Next, please. The Weeping Willow. Another one, please. It's a stork. I think it's a stork. It's a stork, willow, weeping stork. Struggling. Yeah, next one, please. And shamrock. Oh, these are emblems of countries. That's Japan. India, Ireland.
Try that.
3 seconds.
I think they're all different types of buttery products.
What do you mean by that?
Like butter, margarine, spreads,
Vegetable spread things. Yeah.
brands thereof.
Yes, I'll take that. Buttery type products could apply to so many
That is a fair
things.
point, yes.
I mean, the state of my makeup collection, for example. But yes, spreads and margarines. What are we looking at?
First one, I still can't
Would that be
identify.
Flora then? Or?
Flora McDonald, is it?
Flora MacDonald, well calculated. And the others, of course, are...
Weeping Willow.
Just willow.
Willow, a stalk, and a
Clover.
yeah.
Well, that's... I mean, I weep when someone gives me something that isn't butter. But, yes, Willow, Stalk, Clover and Flora, they are brands of margarine or spreads in the UK. Well done. At the end of round 1, the scientists have 4 points, the Athenians have 5. On to round 2, the sequences round. This time, the teams will remember from their first heat. I want to know what is fourth in a sequence. Athenians, you'll be going first again, so please choose a squiggle.
Water, please.
Water. What would come fourth in this picture sequence? I'd like to know what sort of thing you'd expect to see depicted. Here's the first.
So, yes, Prime Minister's Jim Hacker.
OK, should we move on?
Yeah.
Next, please. OK, that's Ross Becker. Becker.
B. O. It's letters in R, B. Go for the next one.
Next, please. OK, that's Alan Wicker. Hacker. Becker.
H-A-B-E-W-I.
No, W-H, isn't it? Becker, Wicker.
3 seconds.
So David, please.
Just sit with it.
Something,
Ocker. Someone
Ocker.
Docker. Mr. Docker.
Mr. Docker.
No, wouldn't it be Ocker, not Docker?
Ocker or Docker, they're both fine. I'd like to hear a better
right,
example.
it's
We
fine.
went with Jarvis Cocker.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, you could have had Joe Cocker, but yes, what is it that I want to hear? What's the sequence?
So the first one is Hacker.
That's Jim Hacker from...
second-
yes, Minister?
The second is Becker. The third is Wicker.
Exactly, so Acker, Ecker, Icker. I want to hear someone with Ocker in their name, for example, Jarvis Cocker, Joe Cocker, or old Mr. Docker.
It'll be a TV show one day.
Yeah, exactly. No, I look forward to that. Mr. Docker and his magical hat. I'll be pitching that later. Scientists, what would you like?
Can I have lion, please?
Lion, you absolutely may. What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
4 or 5. I think 4 or 5. Next, please. That's leadership changes in the Conservative Party.
Well, yeah, there were.
Still not particularly sure.
Well, it was changes in Prime Minister as well, wasn't it? Because,
yeah.
yeah. Take the...
Next, please.
well, that
2010. Something. I can't remember.
3 seconds.
2010. 3-5.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So Athenians, a bonus chance.
I'm going to pass to Ben.
2010, 5,7.
Is the right answer, and why is that?
Because it's the years that Prime Ministers took office and it's how many letters are in each of their names.
That's right. John Major, Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, and I want to hear the letters of the name of David Cameron, 5-7. You're a crossword fan, Ben?
No, I want to say politics fan, but that sounds...
No, but there's nothing that shows up a true politics fan more than knowing the number of letters in the names of successive prime ministers. It shows a real love of the genre. Very well done. So you get a bonus point and your chance to choose a question.
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. OK, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please. Deal with the capital as well. New deal. Next, please. Oh, God.
Oh, yes, it's use it, pirates and blue. Old hat, new deal. So something that's blue, suede shoes.
So just suede shoes.
Just
would be
suede
fine.
shoes. I think so, yeah.
Blue tie.
It's borrowed time, so blue suede shoes.
OK.
Yeah.
... suede shoes.
That's so much cooler than what we've got, which is cheese. But I will accept suede shoes. And why?
It's old hat, new deal, borrowed time, and blue cheese. So it's something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Exactly so. Something blue. Well done. Scientists, your turn. What would you like?
Eye of Horus, please.
Eye of Horus. Ah.
Oh, good.
It's a music sequence. That's very good news, not least because it might mean a singing opportunity for you later. What would come forth in this musical sequence? Shout next when you want to hear another one. Here's the first.
That is next, please. Is that going to do? That is traffic. I think, or is it campaign? No, it's Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. First one. Next, please. That's 3 people, so we need a pair of people. So. Donkey. Definitely sure. It's, Rene and Renato.
I will accept that answer. For what reason?
We've got in the first one 5 performers, Dave D, Dosey, Beacon, Mick and Titch. Took me a while to think. The second one has 4 performers, third one has 3. Nice. And
the second one was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Then Peter, Paul and Mary, so I wanted to hear a duo. For example, Rene and Renato. What did they sing? I mean, I can't even remember their hits. Can you remember any of their songs?
Save Your Love.
Save Your Love. Let's hear it. Feel free to join in. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Save your love, my darling. Save your love. I should have thought of somebody else, really, shouldn't I?
I can see why you're engaged to him. I mean...
I nearly said Lennon McCartney. I really should have done.
What would you have given us if it had been them?
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Yes, brilliant. Something sung by a duo like... I mean, we thought of Chaz and Dave, but Rene and Renato, even more beautiful. So well done, scientists. I'd give you 20 points for that if I could, but I can't. Athenians, what would you like?
2 reeds, please.
2 reeds. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Shall we? Next, please. Oh. Shall we go next? Next, please.
It could be the statue of Lincoln's there.
3 seconds.
The Declaration of Independence.
So very far from the answer, you can't imagine, but worth a try. Scientists, do you know?
Is it Atlas Shrugged?
It is Atlas Shrugged. What is this sequence?
I only knew the third one, but I guess they must be the successive novels of Ayn Rand.
They are the novels by the libertarian writer Ayn Rand, very much not the author of the Declaration of Independence. And Atlas Shrugged would be the next in the sequence. Well done. OK, so you get the bonus and the last question, the Horned Viper. What would be the fourth in this final sequence? Here's the first.
Could be football. Next one, please. Could be Brazilian captains. Probably need the next one. Next one, please.
Could be the first names of... They're not like...
Are they people like one name? They're known by their one name.
It's a sequence, though. And there's successive, like, heads of state of some country.
3 seconds.
I'm going to go for Costa.
You literally just trying to think of a foreign name.
A foreign footballer who possibly played for Barcelona.
I see. Not the answer, I'm afraid. So you have a bonus chance now, Athenians. Do you know?
I'm going to ask John to say.
I'm going to try Lionel.
That's not it either. Why?
We were thinking first names of the Golden Boot, best player of the tournament at the World Cup. Oh, scorer of the winning goal.
It is the scorer of the winning goal. It's Mario Götze. Yes, we're looking at successive World Cups, and Ronaldo scored for Brazil in 2002, so we're going forwards through time. 2014 World Cup, Mario Götze. Horrifically seconds too late. Unlucky. So at the end of round 2, the scientists have 7 points, the Athenians have 10. Time to put the scientists up against the wall as they do in the very worst of revolutions. But it's just the connecting wall, that's all it is. And you've got the choice, lion or water.
I think I'll go for lion today, please.
OK, see if you can find the 4 connected groups in this wall. Your time starts now.
Edinburgh.
The dog.
Dog, nipper. Next ones would be...
Maiden, the damsel, the Colleen.
Colleen's a good one. Maud, possibly. I don't
Lots
know.
more dogs.
Lassie.
Lassie
would fit in girls as well.
Lassie girl, yeah.
Fruit fly, damsel fly, horse fly.
Nice one.
Mayfly.
Crane fly, mayfly. Yeah, that's another set of 5.
Right.
Work through those. Fox, Hachiko, some Japanese character. Suspect. Let's keep at them.
Dragonfly.
Oh yeah, so 6. Oh,
Not Maple.
Keep making a bit of
Maple
it.
Yeah.
dog.
Hachiko, fox, dragon. They seem to me, certainly those two, relatively oriental.
Try one of the ones the girls for dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we go with that?
Lassie.
Let's see. Colleen.
Colleen.
No,
Yes.
that might narrow it down a bit.
But yeah, definitely that has to be. It's
Yeah.
lovely. Right.
3 strikes now, you're halfway through the time.
Leica and Greyfriars Bobby.
So
May.
Maud, May, Fox, Chico.
Powerpuff Girls?
I don't think
know.
so.
I genuinely don't know, but it sounds something like that. Just from the
Any idea what Hachiko is? Or?
No, it's a Japanese word or name, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, reasonably. It seems obvious to me. Shall we
Yeah.
go for that anyway?
Dogs. Try and make sure we get the dogs.
Yeah,
right.
I think
Yeah.
we got with her. But
30 seconds.
Nipper. Yeah.
oh, wow, okay, probably.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Fox maybe a
Maud, I think. Possibly Maud seems reasonable, but quick times.
Would any of these other ones fit with possible?
They're definitely all
15 seconds.
Maud. We've tried that already.
One more go.
It has to be Greyfriars
I
Bobby.
think.
And
Nope, that's your 3rd go, and the wall is frozen. But you found 2 groups, so that's 2 points. And I'll give you more for the connections. Damsel, maiden, lassie, Colleen.
They're all colloquialisms for ladies.
That's it, they just mean girl. And the green group, starting horse.
Flies.
Horsefly, cranefly, fruitfly, dragonfly, that's right. And you can still, of course, get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There you go, that's how it should have been. Nipper, Leica, Greyfriars Bobby, Hachiko.
Dogs, yeah.
famous.
They're famous dogs. Yes, Hachiko, you didn't know, is a Japanese dog, waited for 11 years at a railway station. Like Greyfriars Bobby, but Japanese, a loyal dog. And the last light blue group, Maud, May, Pickles,
they're
Fox.
Conservative cabinet ministers.
I think I have to take that. It's not exactly what I wanted to hear, which is chairs of the Conservative Party, chairs of the party. But yes, those names can all be attached to cabinet ministers for the Conservative Party. So that is 2 groups that you found and 4 connections. It's a total of 6 points. Time to bring in the Athenians now, give them the other connecting wall, the water wall, and see what they can do about solving it. 2.5 minutes, of course, to solve the water wall, starting now.
Okay, so we've got pudding, plum pudding.
Christmas pudding, sponge pudding.
Black pudding. Salt pudding as well.
Okay, you
Are there
cycle
any
those.
more?
Yorkshire pudding as well, there's 6.
Okay,
Let's not
leave
worry
for
about it.
that then. Angel Falls, angel, any other angel? Sea urchin, sea coral. Hydras, got many heads.
Yeah, 7 heads. Beckham, what's Beckham? Is there anything other than David and Victoria?
Kids, Romeo, yeah. Jazz, boxing, boxing.
Line, hook,
It's been another.
hook.
What's bowline?
Yeah, there we go.
Something else.
Right, I'll do the pudding. I'll circle the puddings, you keep thinking.
Hydra's got 9 heads. Have anything else got 9 of? You get a sea urchin. You get a sea sponge as well.
Okay, go on then.
Are there any other sea coral?
Sea Hydra. There we go.
Brilliant. So what-
Slow.
Right,
Slow
so
down.
3 strikes now.
We've still got.
So sponge pudding's
We've
gone,
got 5
but we've still
puddings.
got 5 puddings.
So what are line Beckham Falls? David.
Right, let's put them in a...
David Beckham, Victoria Beckham, Victoria
Falls, Victoria Line, Victoria... Christmas, Victoria Black, Victoria Plum. Victoria Plum, it was a kid's toy.
There you go. You've solved the wall. Very well done. So that is 4 points for the groups. What about the connections? The first blue group starting hook.
They're all punches in boxing?
They're all punches in boxing. And the second green group starting urchin.
They can all be preceded by the word sea.
You're close, but no good, I'm afraid. The hydra is actually a freshwater predator. That's not it. Invertebrates, that's what I wanted to hear. Invertebrates that live in water. And the next group, Line, Plum, Beckham, Falls.
They can all be preceded by the word Victoria.
Yes, they can. The light blue group, Black, Yorkshire, Christmas, Summer.
They're all puddings.
They are all puddings. And which is the most delicious?
Christmas.
Not a Yorkshire.
Actually, it's all of them mixed together in a bowl with custard. So that is 4 points for the groups you found and 3 connections. It's a total of 7. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The scientists have 13 points. The Athenians have 17. Time now for the missing vowels round. We've taken the vowels out of well-known names, phrases and sayings. We've squidged up the consonant teams I want to know, just like I did last time. What are the disguised clues? The first group are all words or phrases in English and Spanish. For example, welcome and bienvenido. Athenians.
Yes, and C.
Correct. Athenians.
Don't speak English and no hablo
Not it, I'm
español.
afraid. Scientists, do you
Don't
know?
speak Spanish and no hablo español.
Is correct. Athenians.
White and black y negro.
Not it, I'm afraid. Scientists, you know?
White and black and blanco y negro.
That's right. Athenians.
Hat and sombrero.
That's it. Next category, members of the Only Connect crew. Scientists.
Brian the runner.
Well done. Athenians.
Jill, the makeup artist.
No, it isn't. Scientists, you know?
Juliet, the makeup artist.
Beautiful Juliet, the makeup artist. Next clue. Athenians.
Hugh, the graphics.
Too long, I'm afraid. Scientists, you know?
Hugh, the graphics operator.
We'd say Hugh, but yes, that's it. Next clue. Athenians.
Hannah, the assistant producer.
Thank you. Next category, films featuring Hugh Grant. Scientists.
Sense and sensibility.
Correct. Scientists.
America.
Not it, I'm afraid. No such film with Hugh Grant in it and no time to throw it over would have been Morris. Morris, the old E.M. Forster. Hugh Grant was in that film. But after a dramatic round 4 in which we found out exactly who remembers whom, having met them all this morning when you came in, I can tell you that the winners and straight through to the quarterfinals with 18 points are the scientists. Very well done. Athenians, bit unlucky there. You're still in the competition, of course. You'll get another chance to make it to the quarterfinals later on. Well played, everybody. Please join us next time for another episode of the quiz so hard that we all end up scratching our heads. Though that might be the nits. What? They live in clean hair. It's clean. Don't tease me. Please still come to my party. It's clean.